Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Ryan Hicks of TaughtToProfit.com. Today I want to talk to you about Proverbs 11:16, which says, "A gracious woman retaineth honor, and strong men retain riches." Now, there are a variety of interpretations based on this verse. Many are in line with the traditional poverty mentality that many people have. But the reality, a simple way this verse could be understood is that just as a gracious woman retains honor, strong men retain riches. Listen, my friends, when you go through life, when you acquire wealth and become successful and have money flowing in, you have to be strong to retain those riches. You have people coming at you every single direction trying to get the money from you and to them. It'll be people wanting loans, people wanting you to go into business with them, people wanting just you to straight give them money because you have more than they do, and so somehow they deserve it now. There will be all kinds of attacks on your wealth. This does not mean you need to just store up riches and hoard them away and not be giving and not be a blessing. Of course, that's what you need to do. But you have to be careful and maintain and watch over them, because they will flee if you let them. People will come and steal from you. People will, and I'm not trying to get you paranoid either, but make wise investments. Don't just run out to the first person promising you the world and then they take all your money. This happens over and over and over again. People said, well, this person had this great business opportunity, but they took all my money and ran. Of course, do some due diligence. If things sound too good to be true, it's an old saying, but so often it's the case. If things sound too good to be true, they probably are. Now, there are great blessings and bountiful abundance that can come your way and seem to be extraordinary. But there will be logical steps to those extraordinary riches and wealth and prosperity and abundance. There's not this skipping the natural steps that many people like to do. Well, in 3 months, we're going to have millions of dollars coming in if you'll invest $100,000 here. Well, then why wouldn't you just invest your own $100,000? Think about some of these things that come your way, because people will try to take your riches from you. There are people who will do that. There are people who are well-meaning that have terrible ideas that will try to take your riches. They're not trying to steal from you. They just have terrible ideas. They have no business being given any money. They have no business having anyone invest in their ideas. But they'll come your way, and you may have an affinity toward them. You may feel compassion for them. Don't be foolish. Maybe help them work a way that idea can work out to be something profitable. But I can't tell you the number of endless, it seems like, stupid ideas that people come to me with. And I'm saying that as nicely as possible, because that's just what they are. They're not good ideas. They're terrible ideas. Are there ideas that's already 15 other variations and they have the same basic idea with no improvements, nothing that makes them stand out? Why would I invest in you when there's already 15 other people doing the same thing and they're doing it better? I might as well throw my money out the window. That's ridiculous. And it seems like in this day, there's even more of this, because in the old days, people didn't have this infinite supply of capital as we have today. It just seems like there's almost capital everywhere. And people tend to think that you just get a business online and you're going to make a bunch of money. It's still that mentality with many people. I remember when I first did very well, had a company doing millions, and had people saying, well, you sure this is legitimate? You sure? What if something happens, this? And then their tune changed after a few years when everybody started hearing about .coms and all these things. Then they're like, oh, how can I invest in your business? You were the person just a few years back telling me, oh, this can't be true. You must be doing something wrong. And now they think it's just some magical formula. You just throw money at some internet-based business and you make a bunch of money. Not seeing all the hours. Sometimes I'd work 3 days in a row with no sleep, getting this thing off the ground, spending my last little bit of money that was supposed to go for rent and food to get this company started, having no one support me, No one encouraged me, no investment. And they think, oh, it's just, you just throw some money at it. You're going to have millions of dollars come in. You will have all kinds of adversity come your way. I'm not telling you this to get you in a negative mindset, but so that you can be aware and be alert and be on guard, to have wisdom. There may be great ideas that come your way, but more often than not, you will have a number of foolish ideas come your way, ideas that will only separate you from your money and will waste your time, which is the most important thing. You can always get more money, but your time will be wasted on frivolous and idiotic ideas. Ideas that are just daydreams of people who haven't put forth the work to get them going. And so often these businesses will be businesses that haven't done anything. They have no product. They don't even have blueprints for a product. They don't have an idea for a product. They don't have a supplier lined up. They don't have anything. They just want you to give them money for an idea. And my friends, if you want to invest in ideas, just set 30 minutes each day, write down your own ideas, and invest in some of those. At least that's something coming from you and you can invest in and believe in, because there are an unlimited amount of ideas available, and most of them will not work, or they just aren't good enough to do much. There's all kinds of niche markets you can get into that have 1,000 people or 2,000 people or 10,000 people total who would ever be interested in it. But if you want to be entering into abundance, entering into the blessings of the Lord, you need to provide something that benefits the most amount of people, has the most universal appeal. And if it's something somebody else is already doing, then you need to do it better or do it differently in a way that it'd be more of a blessing to the people who would be interested in that product. Another way strong men retain their riches is that they look to business as an investment, and they don't overextend themselves when it's not needed. Too many people, when money starts coming in, they start getting riches, then they start spending more. Well, I'm just running this out of my house, but now I need to go and have an executive suite. I need to hire some more employees. Why? If everything's going fine now and you don't need more employees and you're able to run it out of your house, why in the world would you now go and spend tremendous amounts of money for things that aren't needed? Just to have an aura about you, to have people perceive you to be more successful? Who cares? You're literally throwing away money just to have the opinion of people who don't care think a little bit more about you, and they probably don't even do that. That is one of the follies that many people get into when they get any kind of money, is they want to spend it. They go out and buy Rolls Royces, they go out and buy Lamborghinis, they go out and buy the biggest house they can, or rent the biggest house they can, rent the nicest car they can, and they have all the money coming in going out as fast as it came in each month. And they're building nothing, they're not retaining riches, they're not able to be blessings to other people because everything's going. Anything that comes in is gone. You have to avoid that mentality of trying to impress other people. Other people don't care, and you shouldn't care in the first place. Don't fall for that foolishness, my friends. Now, another way strong men retain their riches is not getting into endless debt. Now, there must be something understood here. Many people are adamant against debt. And yes, consumer debt is completely useless. Why are you getting into debt for all these, for big screen television, things you don't use, things that aren't tools that make you a better person or grow your business or anything like that? Business debt is a little different though, because using other people's money is very similar to having investments, except this is some loans or credit lines you're taking that enable you to invest in your business and get a greater return out of it at a faster rate. Scaling up is one of the hardest things to do for many people in their business because they don't have the funds. Now, this doesn't mean when you first get an idea, you should run out and go borrow a bunch of money, because you don't even know if it's going to work. But once you've proven and you have a system and you have a business established that is growing and you're seeing consistent profits, that may be a time to take on some investments from people or some loans that enable you to further expand and scale your business up. But thinking that, Well, I can't have any debt. Debt's bad. The only thing we're supposed to owe any man is to love him. Yes. But read that passage when it's talking about debt and we should owe no man anything but to love him. It's talking about those other things. You don't owe them any of those things. Now listen, my friends, I'm not telling you to get in consumer debt. I'm not telling you to get any debt, actually. But if it can help you scale up your business and you can comfortably pay it off at a reasonable rate, this is the way most businesses enable themselves to expand and grow. And you should be in constant growth and expansion as a business, as a person, as a human being. This is what you should be doing. All areas of your life should be constant growth. And if other people's money can help you do that, then I say by all means go for it. And Romans 13:8 has nothing to do with even consumer debt. Certainly has nothing to do with business debt. It didn't have anything to do with debt at all, except for the things that is mentioned in the very verse before it. Those are the things you're not supposed to be owing any man. Another way strong men retain riches is when they have a business that is not maintaining itself. It may be going down. Maybe the market is now turned to a different product and you don't have a way of expanding into that market. They know when to cut out of a business at the right time before they lose a bunch of money. Then they can turn and take the money they do have left over, invest it in a new business, and grow that. Being able to adapt and change as the market changes and get out of a product that is now losing you money that may have been good for a while is an important part of retaining riches and not just losing money left and right. Another way strong men retain riches is that they have good networking skills, meaning they have a large amount of people they can go to when they need something. And they also help other people. This isn't just a one-way street. They have people, when they have a need for a certain issue, they can contact these individuals. They can contact these people over here. If you're just by yourself and you have no one to talk to, no one that can help you if you need a lawyer, or if you need an accountant, or if you need somebody to supply a certain product, or if you need certain inventory, you need people who have skills in those areas that you can contact. This also would apply to who you hire. You need skilled people that have contacts as well, because that can help you and build and grow your business, and in turn help you retain your riches and expand them. And in the end, the riches are not for you just to store up. Of course not. You bless, you give, you support other people, you help others as they're growing, as they're maturing. You can do that as well. But you can't do that if you lose all your riches, getting into foolish things, getting into too much debt, having no contacts so you can't get anyone to help you when you have a need that arises in your business. And you'll have many needs that arise in your business. And then you can't help anybody else because you have no contacts. My friends, this is very important. You as a strong man or woman need to retain your riches. Like I said, we're not talking about accumulating. We're not talking about just storing aside for a rainy day or any of that kind of nonsense. But not just getting rid of it, not just throwing away money, not looking the part, not trying to play an entrepreneur with a big car and big house and all these things that no one cares about. The only people that care about that are flaky people who don't matter. I don't mean that they do not matter as human beings, of course they do, but their opinions don't matter. Their points of view about you don't matter. The only people who should matter, besides your God, should be those directly in your family and friends. And even at that, you shouldn't do things just to impress them either. So my friends, I pray this will help you to retain your riches, to not get caught up in all the follies that may come your way as you start having success, and that you can in turn be a greater blessing to this planet. May God bless you richly.